Hey YouTube, so I have a brand new build idea that I'm excited to introduce to the channel today. For this build, we're going to be exploring some new territory. There's going to be some similar, kind of concepts to previous builds. Really, this will be another landscape build, but not just another ordinary landscape. I think what we're going to try to accomplish is a landscape that you might find inside of a certain, piece of content, whether that be a movie or a video game. And I've been really thinking about this, what does that mean to me? And I think really what I want to do is build something that you might find in a movie or a video game, and particularly a horror movie or a horror video game. A scene where maybe it's like the final scene, or there's it's a level in a video game, and it has a really haunting presence to it. I did buy an asset pack that I'm going to look to use in conjunction with this build, but it definitely won't be the primary focus. But I think for me, what does the primary focus look like? Well, it's something that invokes that sense of fear or horror. And what's more scary than the unknown and not really knowing what's around every corner. And I was kind of thinking, do I want to do something indoors, outdoors, or what does that really look like? And I've settled on a landscape that'll be essentially a haunted forest. So we'll really dive into kind of tree placement, the foliage option. I think looking at like the density in certain areas as you get deeper into the forest and there's more and more trees, the idea that the forest at nighttime might fool you, maybe there's something there, so you might perceive something that's there that's not really there. And then again with the asset pack, there'll be one area kind of like the maybe the center of the actual landscape that you'll get to, and that is actually going to be a graveyard. And let's take a look at the asset pack. But this is actually from Hive Mind. Have a lot of great environments. I was kind of looking through some of their stuff earlier. A lot of good stuff I'm looking to explore further. But I was really liking what I was seeing here. They have the tall kind of mausoleum grave styles, lots of kind of concrete blocks and different pieces that you might need to actually build up the infrastructure of this graveyard. They actually have a whole church mesh as well, so we could include that. I think I might stay with the focus of the graveyard for now, though. Church at nighttime there. They they do have the mannequins in the actual demo video walking around as zombies, which I thought that was kind of neat. Some older style coffins, an interior obviously of to this church looks a little maybe like something you might find, you know, 50 to 100 years ago, I imagine, if we're talking about this being featured in a movie, that kind of, less lights and more candles, older architectural styles, these old pews. But yeah, no, a lot of really good items in here. Really excited for this build. Um, Kind of excited to learn hopefully a little bit more about some of the tools we've just started to jump into. But with that being said, let's jump into the build. So, over here in the build, you'll see I've got kind of a simple landscape with a grass material. Some other props already out here, these mausoleums, some of the gates and stairs, and just a little bit of what's actually all included there. So I think really for the cemetery area, what I'm going for is kind of like a mix between a sitting park area and then a place where some of these might be, and then we'll probably build off from this. But I'm going to use one of these simple tiles, and I think what I'm going to do is kind of do a long rectangle where you'll like enter on one end. It'll be a gated thing. You'll enter, you'll walk around this big oval shape. There'll maybe be some seating areas in the middle here. We'll have a few of these scattered around. It'll all be kind of enclosed in this nice sort of style area. But let's start with this one. And I think what I want to do is let's go ahead and we'll change the green to 7 and this to 5. Yep. Okay. Um, so I want to get this pretty close to centered here because we're going to again have a kind of a center area, not necessarily deleted, but um, so yeah, I kind of want to get as close to symmetrical as possible. Um, so for here, let's go back to, is that perfectly aligned? Whoops, stop. There we go. Okay, so now we'll take this one here, and this is what? 5 that way, so take this down to 2. Kind of my very basic measurements here. Then we'll cut that to like that. Let's move this one. We'll take this guy and move him back to 1. Just like that. Doesn't need to be exact, but want it pretty close. Okay, great. Next, let's take this guy. Perfect. So I think that's in the middle there. They'll enter here. They'll walk kind of the loop around. They can maybe come down into the middle. Perhaps we'll have an area where this might go down a touch. I don't know. But so that's 7 that way. Let's go ahead and make 2. Perfect. And then we'll shorten that down so that that's at 1. Great. And we'll use this one here. Got one big one right there in the middle and 2 smaller ones perhaps on each side. That's good. Let's duplicate that. Always remember it when you duplicate and you try to get it just right, it'll come off I think 1 increment. I want that to be pretty much exact because we're just going to spin this around and put it on the side. Again, all we're doing is kind of just laying the groundwork here. Perfect. I like that a lot. We'll kind of use this piece to frame up the entranceway somewhere over here. We'll leave that there for now. I think next, let's maybe put some stuff down on the inside here. Now we can continue with the kind of framing this in. So yeah, we'll do the entrance. See here, how do I want to do this? Yep. So that's right at 2. Control duplicate that, move that over. Now, some of that's probably not the most exciting thing to watch me just sit here and line this up, but I think it'll all look really good when it's all said and done. Okay, so now that we've got that there, let's go ahead and pull this away. Kind of know that we want to at least start our gate right about here. For the gate, I'm going to use these big pieces. I really like these. Yep, that looks really good. There we go. Duplicate that, move it over to here. Oh, that'll be good, just like that. And then we do have a gate right there that we'll bring in. This was going to be kind of tricky to do this one because we really need to resize this, obviously. I'm going to try something first. I think that might work. So let's line these up in the middle. Hmm. It's extremely hard to see. I think I'm going to change that color real quick. Dang. Did not really change colors like I thought it would. Oh well. It's pretty good. That's really good. Okay. So now let's merge these two together. Tools. Okay. Get rid of them. There it is. And let's see if this works. Yeah, it's not so bad. I think I do want to make that gate look maybe some kind of extra bit of work here to make it look like it's on a system that actually opens versus just right cemented into concrete, but that's good for now. I like that a lot. So we'll come over here, we'll add, okay. Okay, that's pretty good for the main gate. And then we'll build some corner pieces here. Oh, that's interesting. It's like a broken piece. Eat that. I want to get the normal ones. There we go. That looks pretty good. Let's merge these together. So we'll need to put this one over here. Okay. Okay. I think these areas are going to be a little bit tight to use that, so we'll have to kind of do the custom gate, gate work around there. At least it'll be good for the actual corners. Oh, no, that needs to come. There we go. Okay. So, there. Looks good. We got our last one over here that we'll do. And that's perfect. Get rid of this and replace it. So yeah, we got to finish up this gate. I think what we'll do is mm, might look a little bit better if I hide that one into the actual wall, I think, like that. Yeah, I'm gonna try that. Fortunately, this one could probably benefit from a few more. We only have kind of the individual standalone piece, and then we don't have like the actual wall itself without one of these connector pieces, which is a bit of a nuisance. A little unfortunate, but we can make do. Although that does make the gate look a little off. Hmm. I might have to stick with this for now and come back to it. It's not so bad. Actually, I don't mind that. That looks all right. Yeah, okay. So I'll have to finish the gate work up there. I think really what I want to do now, we'll have this kind of middle area. So let's frame that up and maybe put down some decorations and then get some foliage down. Just do want to see what trees look like around here. But I think to do that, we need to measure. Bam. Perfect. And then we'll duplicate that, pull it down to here. Okay. Okay, perfect. Definitely not going to keep those there, but what we do know now is that this is our 3 by 7 on the inside that we can start to kind of play with a little bit and build a park out, or the parkish area to this cemetery. So I think, since we know that's pretty much centered. Okay, so we can tell the difference there. Great, so that's, oh yeah, it should be here. One down there. I think we'll just eyeball this. Doesn't need to be exact. Yeah, that looks good. Then I'll do something right in the middle. I'm not sure what that would be, but I think we'll do like a. Just do this headstone for now. Perfect. Could probably space those out just a little bit. Just a little bit more. Okay, I will. We'll keep that for now. Okay, so that looks good. Let's maybe put some trees around here and just make it extremely dense. And I'm not going to put any grass down just yet, but get rid of that. I think for the foliage tool, I've got some trees maybe already loaded. Yep, look at that. I'm going to deselect these. Don't think we need all of these. That'll be good. Whoa, that's a bunch of trees. Did not expect all of that. So let me do. Yeah, that's even still a whole bunch. Got a lot smaller. There we go. Brush a little bit bigger. Interesting. First time using trees before. And I'd say that looks pretty good. Let's put a little bit of grass down just to see how that looks. And we'll get rid of that for now. I think I might have some grass. Nope, we need to add that. Go to the content browser, and here we go. Let's just grab. Okay. That's not enough grass. Let me erase that real quick. And then let's do a... Huh. I think there's some... I don't know why that should be coming in a little bit more densely than that. I'm not happy with how that looks. Hmm. Just out of curiosity, let's see how that looks. We are... There we go. That looks much better. Whoops. Oh yeah, that looks great. Look at that. Obviously, once we get that gate completed, maybe build this up just a little bit more, we'll be looking a lot better. Let's see how can we go into the lots of dense forest. Oh, that is crazily dense. Wow. Yeah, I might need to kind of play with how dense that forest is. I definitely want to be able to see as I'm walking through there versus that just be incredibly dense the entire time. I'd like it to be a little bit more spread out, but yeah, like I'm curious from here if we were to... It's like a time warp almost. I get out of here one day. Okay. Well, I am satisfied with that for now. I will need to kind of come back and play, I think, with a little bit with the density settings here. Make the trees a bit more random. Grass I'm pretty happy with. Maybe whatever those kind of, I don't even know what you call those. Maybe make those a little bit more random in certain areas. I think I'll keep it just grass for now, but I do like the way that looks. I really do. And then we'll look to build the gate up, and it'll be a pretty simple build when it's all said and done. I think we'll put a lot of the detail into the park, kind of the center area here, really play um, into the asset pack a bit more. The forest, I'm going to look to really kind of work on the foliage, the quantity of foliage that's put down at a time in some of these other settings, and maybe how to open that forest up, make it a little bit more visible to as you're maybe this area leading up to here will be kind of dense, and then it'll like open up a little bit. But so far I'm kind of pleased with this. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know kind of what you think about it in the comments, and we'll look forward to following up on the next one. But thanks.